So tonight I'm going to do a Mercury retrograde reading. I will be looking at what this Mercury retrograde is bringing into awareness for the collective, how it will affect the collective, what inner work is needing done by the collective, and also what unknown factors the collective needs to be aware of at this time. And I will then wrap it up with what advice the angels have and any precautions that might be needing taken here by the collective. So I'm going to start with the Earth Magic and Moon Deck combo that I have. I will pull some regular tarot and wrap things up with the other oracle messages. Alright, please Holy Spirit, what does the collective need to know about this Mercury retrograde? Please Holy Spirit, what will this Mercury retrograde bring into awareness for the collective? What will this Mercury retrograde bring into awareness for the collective? Please Holy Spirit. What will this Mercury retrograde bring into awareness for the collective? What will this Mercury retrograde bring into awareness for the collective? Please Holy Spirit. Okay, so breach. This one is like sideways in here. One second. Okay, fear is sideways in the deck, but breach came out. Okay, so you also have ancient healing wisdom on the bottom with shaman as well as river movement. Okay, so I feel like there may be some sort of like breaking through. Okay, some breakthrough and healing here. With that fear being sideways, I feel like maybe, you have some fears, maybe about, this maybe change related to this healing or something like that. Okay, but invocation just flipped and vision quest is on the bottom. Okay, so yeah, I feel like, this is about bringing things in for yourself here. Okay, reflecting here. Let's see, how will Mercury retrograde affect the collective? Please, Holy Spirit. How will this Mercury retrograde affect the collective? How will this Mercury retrograde affect the collective? Please, Holy Spirit. How will this Mercury retrograde affect the collective? How will this Mercury retrograde affect the collective? Please, Holy Spirit. How will this Mercury retrograde affect me? How will this Mercury retrograde affect the collective? Please, Holy Spirit. There it is. Nurturing. Okay, so I feel like this is going to be... Wow, and volatility is on the bottom with volcano. Okay, so Gaia nurturing. So I'm feeling like... this may require some self-care here. It may be about you coming to a place where you do take care of yourself more. You may be releasing some volatility here, okay, or blocking it. So there's something that's going to come into your awareness, and it's going to cause this nurturing energy. So what inner work needs done by the collective during this Mercury retrograde, please, Holy Spirit? What inner work is needing done by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? What inner work is the collective needing to do during this Mercury retrograde, please, Holy Spirit? Wow, self-reflection. Okay, so taking a moment of pause, going deep within, okay? Introspection here. All right, this is what inner, relating to the inner work needing done. On the bottom is discernment and release. Okay, so oh wow, and beginnings is behind this. So I feel like this is telling you, now is the time for you to reflect and, figure out basically what's good for you, what isn't good for you, the things that are serving you and not serving you, and releasing what is not serving you here so that you can move forward to new beginnings, okay? So let's see. What unknown factors should the collective be aware of during this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit. What unknown factors does the collective need to be aware of? Wow, there's 2 cards. Okay, so celebration and power. Okay, so I feel like this may be about realizing your power. Maybe you're not aware of it at this point, and you're needing to sort of be aware of it. Maybe you're needing to be aware of, you know, the positive things going on around you. I'm feeling like, okay, I'm hearing the word joy. So I feel like you're kind of needing to see like the light in things at this point, okay? You're needing to maybe realize that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, right? Because it's unknown factors to be aware of. So I feel like there's something that's going to bring you into your power here, okay? And you're going to find some happiness. There may be something to celebrate at the end of this Mercury retrograde, okay? Sorry, okay. And submerged is on the bottom, as well as the void and reflection. Okay, so yeah, so I feel like, you know, there's something deep here that may be buried underneath, okay? And I feel like, you know, this is about going into that, you know, that space and reflecting on it so that you can, you know, maybe find this power that you don't realize you have. Okay, please, Holy Spirit, advice and precautions. Well, I might stop there. Let me stop there because I'm going to use the other decks for those advice. Alright, so I'm going to move this way. Okay. I don't understand what's going on here. Okay. So here's what we have. Now I'm going to clarify some of this. I'm sorry, I'm taking a moment to decide what deck. I had 2 decks out, but now that I did it this way, I'm going to only use 1 deck. So I'm going to use this deck just because I'm feeling like this is the one. Okay. So please, Holy Spirit, let's clarify a breach for the collective in regard to what Mercury retrograde is bringing into awareness. What about this breach energy, please, Holy Spirit, for the collective is Mercury retrograde bringing into awareness for the collective? Please, Holy Spirit, let's clarify breach for the collective. Mercury retrograde is bringing into awareness for the collective. Please, Holy Spirit, let's clarify breach. What will Mercury retrograde bring into awareness for the collective? What about this breach energy? Please, Holy Spirit, clarify this breach energy. What Mercury retrograde will bring into awareness for the collective. Okay, I'm hearing one more. Please, Holy Spirit, clarify breach. Why is breach here for the collective? Please, Holy Spirit. Why is breach here? Why is breach here for the collective? Please, Holy Spirit, what Mercury retrograde will bring into awareness for the collective. What about breach? Clarify breach. Why is breach here for the collective in regard to what Mercury retrograde? Okay. Hello, hold on 1 second. Okay, that was way too much. Wow. That was a lot. But yeah, I don't typically like to accept this amount at one time, but I'm definitely feeling like this is necessary. So what I feel like is happening here is you have 4 of Swords, which is air energy. You have 10 of Swords, and you have the 4 of Wands, fire energy, and you have Magician. Okay, so essentially what I'm feeling like with this, I feel like there's definitely this kind of this recovering energy, okay? Maybe like a meditative state here with the 4 of Swords, like definitely contemplating, thinking about things. But I feel like with this 10 of Swords, this is about a lot of pain and you know, a painful ending, right? But I feel like what's happening here is like there's this breakthrough where you're kind of restabilizing, okay? You're finding a sense of peace. You're finding a sense of harmony here, you know, and things are kind of coming back to solid ground here, okay? I feel like, you know, with this Four of Wands, it's kind of like a union, right? But I feel like this could also just be kind of coming back into one place for yourself, okay? Recovering from this pain, from this painful ending. So now with the Magician, what I'm feeling like is this is about manifesting, okay, this peace, this happiness, okay, this peace and harmony here, this healing for yourself. I feel like there's some sort of breakthrough, like, you know, where you're no longer in this Ten of Swords energy, okay? You're moving out of that. You may be stepping into your power here with the Magician because you have power over here as well with Celebration. Okay, so I feel like this is about taking your pain and basically turning it into this power here, which I know I did a reading at some point where it was sort of like that same sort of thing, you know, using pain, like turning your pain into power. So that's what I'm sensing here. Okay, so that's what this breakthrough is about. Right? That's what you're coming out of. You know, and that whale is like jumping out of that water. So I feel like, you know, this grief, this, you know, there's a lot of emotions I feel like that are wrapped up into this, okay? And this Ten of Swords energy, you know, it's like your thoughts, your feelings, like you're deep in this grief or this pain, but you're coming out of it, you're healing here. Okay, and Five of Swords and Knight of Cups is on the bottom as well as King of Swords. So yeah, I feel like you're coming out of some sort of conflict, okay? You're coming out of some, you know, there's definitely a big ending here, a painful ending. Some sort of cycle. Alright, so let's see what's nurturing about how Mercury retrograde will affect the collective. Please, Holy Spirit, why is nurturing here? How Mercury retrograde will affect the collective. Please, Holy Spirit. Why is nurturing here for how Mercury retrograde will affect the collective? What's this nurturing energy about? Please, Holy Spirit, for the collective as to how Mercury retrograde will affect them. Wow, okay, so Knight of Swords is about taking action, okay? There may have been some sort of, like I said, conflict or battle here, but I feel like this is you coming out of that and nurturing yourself, okay? Knight of Wands is on the bottom. So I feel like this is you maybe moving towards things that, you know, are good for you, are good for your soul is what I'm hearing. Clarify again, please, Holy Spirit. Nurturing. Why is the nurturing energy here for how Mercury retrograde will affect the collective? Maybe this is you, you know, kind of, you know, putting up against, you know, people who are there to bring you down or situations that are there to bring you down, you know, as if to say it's not happening, you know what I mean? Like you're definitely taking care of yourself. Okay, how will Mercury retrograde affect the collective? Please, Holy Spirit, clarify nurturing energy. What's this nurturing energy for collective? How Mercury retrograde will affect them. Clarify the nurturing energy, please, Holy Spirit. There it is. King of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, so I feel like this is you, you know, being very careful about, you know, who and what you allow into your circle here. I feel like this is definitely about you taking care of yourself. So I feel like, you know, you may be cutting ties here with things or with people that don't serve your highest good. You know, and this is you kind of sitting confidently in that energy. I feel like with the King of Pentacles, you're very solid, very secure with yourself, okay, in your choices here. I feel like this is definitely about you working towards this King of Pentacles energy for yourself, okay, and not allowing anything to really get in your way here, okay, with the Knight of Swords. Yeah, Eight of Cups, here's you walking away, and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I definitely feel like, you know, you are taking on a very strong approach here. I feel like there's boundaries here, okay, against things that are not good for you, okay? You've got your back turned, and I don't feel like you're looking, you know, towards anything that may bring you down again here. Okay, so let's clarify self-reflection here, please, Holy Spirit, for the collective as to what inner work is needing done during this Mercury retrograde. Please, Holy Spirit, what self-reflection is needing done by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit, what inner work is needing done by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? Clarify self-reflection. 10 of Wands. Okay, so essentially with this fire energy, it's about dropping these burdens here, okay? It's releasing these burdens for yourself, all right? You've carried, I feel like, you know, these things long enough, all right? You've carried a lot, and now it's time to lay it to rest here, I feel like, with the 10 of Wands. Okay, self-reflection, 10 of Wands. It's like, you know, what is actually necessary for you to have on your plate, you know, and what isn't. You know, maybe you're putting more on yourself, I feel like, than you need to here, okay, with the 10 of Wands. So now you have 2 tens, you have 10 of Swords, you have 10 of Wands. So you've been carrying something that is, you know, has been very painful here for a very long time, you know, and I feel like it's definitely worn you down to this point where now it's like, now it's a matter of you taking care of yourself. You're setting this down to take care of yourself. All right, Ace of Cups is on the bottom and 6 of Wands. Okay, so I definitely feel like there's progress here. I feel like, you know, this is about you beginning anew here for yourself. Okay, I feel like this is definitely a matter of, you know, self-love here. Okay, what's good for you, what isn't good for you, and you basically being discerning about that. Clarify once more self-reflection for the collective, please, Holy Spirit, as to what inner work is needing done currently. You know, you may feel burdened by something, and it's definitely time to put it to rest. Okay? What? Yeah. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So I feel like, you know, there's definitely something where, again, 7 of Pentacles, I feel like is just speaking to the self-reflection, okay? It is taking stock of things here and really just determining, like, what, you know, what is needed and what isn't here, okay? What's serving you and what isn't serving you. You know, and I feel like that's where you're going to find your long-term success here in whatever situation, regardless of the situation, you know? You kind of have to, like, really think about sometimes, you know, what is and isn't good for you, what is and isn't serving you, you know, what is keeping you way down here. Okay, you know, maybe you're needing to switch your perspective on, you know, certain things. Maybe you've been carrying around a lot of emotional baggage or some sort of like resentment or regret or, you know, something like that. It's time to let it go, I feel like. Okay, Knight of Cups is on the bottom. So yeah, you know, this is that water energy. There's that, you know, offer that comes in here. But I feel like this is about you kind of being open to things. But first you have to set these burdens to rest. First you have to set this, you know, heal this pain. Okay, clarify celebration and power, please, Holy Spirit, for the collective in regard to what unknown factors they need to be aware of during this Mercury retrograde. Why celebration and power here, please, Holy Spirit, for the collective in regard to what unknown factors they should be aware of during this Mercury retrograde. Clarify celebration and power, please, Holy Spirit, for the collective in regard to what unknown factors they should be aware of during this Mercury retrograde. 2 of Cups. Okay, so yeah, see what I'm saying with that 4 of Wands? There could be a union here. Okay, there really could be a union here with the 2 of Cups, right? This is like soulmate energy here. Now, there could be a union, but this could also you be coming back, you know, you coming back into balance with yourself here, okay? Wow, 2 of Wands is on the bottom and 5 of Wands. Okay, so this is like, you know, and 5 of Cups. Wow. And the Hermit. Holy cow. And the Tower. My goodness. Okay. But essentially what I'm feeling like with the 2 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, even 5 of Cups here, I feel like maybe there's some inner conflict related to like some, you know, some disappointment, some sadness here maybe that you felt previously in the past. And it's like picking this path to like move forward or stay you know, stay on the track that you're on, right? Like, you know, are you going to stay going down the path that you're going? Are you going to take that new path here towards this, you know, something more stable, you know, a new start, something more balanced, something equal, something healthy? Clarify one more time here, please, Holy Spirit. Celebration and power for the collective. What unknown factors they need to be aware of? The Hermit came out. Okay, so I feel like this is about, you know, your wisdom here. Okay, your lessons that you've learned, the things that you've learned. Okay, there's soul searching here. Okay, and maybe it's related to a soulmate. But I feel like in this wisdom is where you find your power. This is where you find that joy that I was hearing about, okay, with the celebration. So I feel like there's definitely wisdom, and that wisdom leads to balance here, okay? It leads to healing. You know? There's definitely introspection, you know, with that self-reflection in this Hermit card. Page of Cups is on the bottom, the World, 3 of Wands, okay? So this is like about your future. There's definitely a new start involved, okay? Could be on, you know, an emotional level here. You know, but there's definitely a new cycle needing to begin here, okay? But, you know, and so I feel like that's really what it is you're celebrating, you know, coming into your power with this wisdom, this knowledge that you've gained over, you know, the course of this time with this 10 of Swords and that 10 of Wands energy. Let's just get one more, though, because I had 2 cards. Celebration and power, please, Holy Spirit. Clarify once more what unknown factors the collective should be aware of during this Mercury retrograde. Okay, it could be you reflecting on, you know, situations in the past that maybe, you know, wasn't very good for you, and kind of like figuring out, you know, kind of like course correction, right? It's like a course correction. It's like you're reflecting on those things, or it's time to reflect on those things so that you can, you know, correct your course here and move towards something better. You know, you kind of get to the root of why maybe you were in, you know, toxic connections previously. You know, maybe, you know, always one after another type of thing. So like, you know, with that codependency type of vibe. But it's like now you're figuring out that you can be whole on your own. You know, you can be happy on your own. Yeah, 3 of Cups came out, which is again about something to celebrate here. And the Fool, so it's taking a leap of faith. The Star card, healing, 8 of Swords. I feel like you're breaking free of this, you know, restrictive energy that you have maybe placed on yourself here mentally, okay? Kind of mentally blocking out things, you know, emotionally blocking out things also, I feel like. Okay. So I'm gonna get, look where it stops at, 10 of Cups, wish fulfillment. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some oracle messages here now. Please, Holy Spirit, what advice or precautions should the collective be aware of for this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit, what advice or precautions are needing taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit, what advice or precautions are needing taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit, what advice or precautions are needing taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit, what advice or precautions are needing taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit, what advice or precautions are needing taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit, what advice or precautions. Okay, sorry about that. I had to help a little one real quick. Okay, so please, Holy Spirit, advice or precautions for the collective during this Mercury retrograde. Please, Holy Spirit, what advice or precautions are needing taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit, what? Okay, yeah. Mindful wisdom, create inner harmony, right? We talked about that. And shield your energy, look beneath the surface. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like this is definitely about you nurturing yourself here, okay? You know, going within, looking beneath the surface here, creating that inner harmony for yourself, you know, with that wisdom that you've gained. Soul fragments is on the bottom. Balance will be restored. Love and light. Act with care. Spiritual evolution. Set your heart free. Absolutely, okay? I feel like that's definitely what, you know, the message that we got here, for sure, all right? It's definitely about being grounded, being balanced, you know, taking care of yourself and, you know, laying, like I said, this pain and these burdens to rest so that you can begin anew here. So let's get one more, please, Holy Spirit, for the collective. Advice or precautions being taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde, please, Holy Spirit. What advice or precautions are being taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde, please, Holy Spirit? That one. Galactic healer, move forward with an open mind. See? All right, so that's releasing yourself from that Eight of Swords energy, right? That self-restriction, okay? You know, not getting caught up in your thoughts and, you know, keeping yourself way down there, okay? That's what that is. This is about healing and moving forward here, not holding on to the past, all right? Spirit messages, observe limitations, and align your universe, navigate distractions. All right, so I feel like, you know, this is what's happening, okay? This is, you know, that Two of Wands energy. You know, are you going to stay going down the same path that's not really, you know, doing you much good at this point? Or are you going to go down the other path and, you know what I mean, kind of like start with a clean slate here for yourself so that you can be happy? All right, so in some ways I feel like these limitations are about yourself and your thought process, okay? And so let's go ahead and get this final deck over here. Advice or precautions for the Holy Spirit that the collective is needing to be aware of during this Mercury retrograde. Please, Holy Spirit, final advice or precautions being taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde. Please, Holy Spirit, final advice, precautions being taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde. Please, Holy Spirit, what advice or precautions are being taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde? Please, Holy Spirit, final advice or precautions are being taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde. Alright, one more. Final advice, please, Holy Spirit, or precautions needing taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde. Ugh. Okay, sorry, Final advice, please, Holy Spirit, precautions needing taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde. Sacral chakra. I feel comfortable in my own body and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings, okay? I feel like this is related to that nurturing, okay? I feel like you're kind of needing to be aware and confident in yourself, okay? And just realize, you know, it could be these limitations that it was talking about with this other deck. Could be some of those limitations or, you know, distractions are related to other people's feelings, okay? So you're kind of needing to protect yourself here and not allow things to override, you know, your own body, your own feelings, okay? Archangel Michael is on the bottom. I am grateful for the strength and courage Archangel Michael brings to my life. Final advice or precautions being taken by the collective, please, Holy Spirit, during this Mercury retrograde. Please, Holy Spirit, what final advice or precautions are needing taken by the collective in regards to this Mercury retrograde? Alright, solar plexus chakra. I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. So 10 and 13 there. So, you know, that's definitely speaking to this power here, right? So this is definitely about, you know, like I said, I feel like this could be, this Two of Cups could be about that, you know, that balance, you know, within yourself here, okay? That kind of that peace and that harmony within, just within yourself. Alright, and on the bottom is water elemental. I allow my body, mind, and spirit to flow intuitively through the changes in life. Okay? So let's get one more, please, Holy Spirit, for the collective. Final advice or precautions being taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde, please, Holy Spirit. Final advice or precautions being taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde. Final advice, please, Holy Spirit. Precautions being taken by the collective during this Mercury retrograde. One more card, please, Holy Spirit, for the collective. What advice? There it is. Spark of Divine, which is number 27. I reignite the divine spark within me and recognize I am part of all creation. Alright, so I feel like that's speaking to your self-love and your confidence there, okay? So you have sacral chakra and solar plexus chakra. Definitely focus on those, okay? 44 integration is on the bottom. I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity into a new dimension. Third eye chakra. I see the wisdom of my higher self and apply this wisdom in my life. I embrace the element of air and am open to all knowledge and wisdom. Okay, so it's definitely about wisdom here, and I feel like, you know, you've definitely learned a lot with these 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords. So there's definitely, I feel like this is definitely about, you know, taking that pain and turning it into power for yourself so that you can just feel whole on your own and happy on your own here, okay? And just realize that you are the one in control of your happiness here, okay? You control your destiny. You know, you control your destiny ultimately, okay? So, you know, just hang in there, and you know, definitely it's good to move through these things, but definitely you want to move through them, okay? You want to come out the other side, and, you know, with these lessons learned, so that you can begin anew here and do something different and do something better for yourself, so that you can find this happiness and possibly this love, you know, that you've been looking for here, okay? Or been, you know, somehow desiring underneath, okay? Even if it's just self-love, all right? I feel like that's first and foremost. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to end this reading. I wish you much love, much luck, very much happiness, and I will be back soon with another reading of some sort. Thanks.